Hi, do you ever find yourself in a negative mood and you don't know why? Like, you're having a great day and you're happy and everything is going perfect, and then all of a sudden something happens, or maybe a thought pops up in your head and you find yourself in a bad mood. If that happens to you, as I'm sure it does, listen on and I will share with you 3 simple ways on how to improve your mood. Step number 1 to improve your negative mood. First of all, you have to analyze what happened. So what I recommend, go back to the time during the day when you were actually feeling happy and everything was great, and think about what happened. Was there something that happened outside of you that caused you to suddenly become in a negative mood? Like, I don't know, traffic, or somebody said something, perhaps your friends said something, maybe somebody didn't call you back fast enough. Something from the outside world, was it that? Or perhaps was it that suddenly you started to think about something in the future, or you started to worry about something that could happen, or something that didn't happen, or something that didn't happen fast enough, or didn't happen, in a perfect way as you envisioned it. So go back to that moment and see what shifted your mood. How did you get in a negative mood? Was it something outside of you or something inside of you? That is step number 1. You have to have self-retrospection, and you have to be able to look within to see how you can improve those behaviors that you have in the future, right? So it all starts with us, always, as the man Thinketh. This is from James Allen book, and this is one of the biggest advice I think we all should take, is have more introspection and more understanding about how our thoughts shift our moods. That was step number 1. Step number 2 on how to improve your negative mood is also very easy. However, sounds easy, but it will take a little bit of self-discipline. And this one is treat your mind as a beautiful garden. And in this beautiful garden, you only want to see beautiful, lush, green plants, as well as beautiful, colorful flowers. Whatever you envision, those plants have to be healthy and colorful and vibrant. And this is how you want your thoughts to be. So whenever you have a negative thought, you have to think of this as a weed that you want to get rid of. Because what do weeds do? They grow like crazy, right? And they bring with them more weeds and they overgrow your garden. So that's what's going to happen if you allow your negative thought to keep on growing and you don't get rid of it fast enough. So remember, nobody else can do it for you. You are in charge of your mind. When it comes to controlling your mind, I've read several books about it, but one of my favorite ones, there was a Louise Hay's affirmation that she talks about, you are in charge of your mind. I have twisted this affirmation to what works for me, and I advise that you do the same. Find affirmation that works for me. So what works for me is when I tell myself, I now control my mind and all the thoughts that go through it. I now control my mind and all the thoughts that go through it. When you repeat this affirmation in your head several times a day, you will see it actually does magic. Somehow you're becoming more in charge of your mind and you can control more, you're more self-aware. When something pops up in your head that you don't want there, you can catch it much faster. So this is a great affirmation for you to work with. Or find something else that works for you. It's really up to you. Just find a way to be more in control of your mind. Remember, nobody else can do it for you. Now, the third easy step to control your mind is to meditate. And I know this sounds like a cliche, however, there's no substitute for that. You really have to be able to spend some time in quietness where you can connect to your higher self. We all know how we are totally always distracted, right, by our cell phones and by other devices, our, emails and messaging, and it seems like somebody always wants something from us. At least that's sometimes how I feel. And being an empath, I always felt I have to respond very fast, make everybody happy. If you suffer from the same issue where you're an empath, you want to make sure that everybody's satisfied, and you feel bad disappointing people, take a deep breath and just know that if you take some time to meditate, you take some time out, the world is going to keep on going. Nothing's going to happen. I promise you. Just take the time to yourself. Find the time of the day that works for you. It can be morning, it can be evening. For me, I like to do it at night before I go to bed. When I lay in bed anyways, I'm about to fall asleep, I take some few minutes just to kind of go over the day, connect to myself, connect to my higher self, think about what happened, think about how I can improve myself, but also, that's very important, take some time out without any thoughts in there so that your higher self can communicate with you. So this is it for how to control your mind and just control your moods, because remember, your mind affects your moods. So remember, step number 1, self-analyze. Go back to the moment when you were in a good mood and then think about what happened. Was it something on the outside of you or something on the inside of you that made your mood get worse? Step number 2 is treat your mind as a beautiful garden. Remember, every thought is a plant and you want them to be beautiful and lush and happy thoughts, and your garden of thoughts should be beautiful and colorful. All the weeds or all the negative thoughts have to go, because otherwise, remember what the weeds do, they overgrow your garden and they will overgrow your beautiful thoughts. So the negative thinking can ruin your beautiful plants. We all have been there, so we have to make sure we get rid of the negative thoughts. And step number 3, very easy, however it will take discipline. Take some time to meditate. Just being People like meditate, it sounds like such a elusive word, but it really means just be quiet with yourself. Be quiet, turn off all of your devices, take 5 to 15, 20 minutes a day and just stay still and be with your own thoughts, and also spend some time just in quietness so that your higher self can communicate with you. This is it for today. I hope your mood will improve after listening to that, and I wish you a great day. And if you like that clip, please like and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye.